Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. And I always need to check if the audio's on. After recent issues, I'm always checking whether the audio's on. What can I say, man? Look, I didn't watch the match. I literally just woke up about an hour and a half ago, and I saw the final result, and I saw this man scoring the winner. This guy's been doing the bits in recent times for Arsenal Football Club, which has created a bit of a chaos in the Chelsea fan base. Oh, man, it sickens me, honestly. It absolutely sickens me to see Arsenal on top of the table, and with Liverpool and Manchester City blockbuster coming up. God knows what the result's going to be over there. If it's a draw, then quite potentially, I think Arsenal still stays on top. I don't know whether Liverpool goes back up due to goal difference. I think Arsenal might have a better goal difference. I don't know. But the bottom line is these guys, they're doing well, and it hurts. I hope Porto, please, Porto win against Arsenal at the Emirates. Look, Kai Havertz, it's created a bit of a debate in the Chelsea community whether it was a mistake or not to sell him to Arsenal Football Club. Look, all I'm going to say is that it annoys me to see all of these people moaning online. I'm not one bit upset. I'm not one bit annoyed that we sold him. Let's be honest. He didn't work out for us. We got good money for him, and he's gone to the club where Arsenal Football Club wanted him. So Arsenal got their man, and we got our money. My problems with this whole scenario is that the bigger issue: why are players coming to Chelsea and not performing? It's not just Kai Havertz. We've seen many other players that have come to Chelsea Football Club and simply haven't performed well. I think that is the bigger issue. I'm not surprised that he's gone to Arsenal Football Club and he's doing well, because Arsenal have a far better environment. Their playing style is far more organized, far more mature than us. So obviously putting Kai Havertz in that team where you're surrounded with very, very good individuals, surrounded by a manager that has a proper structure, surrounded by a great game plan. So I'm not surprised Kai Havertz in recent times has been doing well. Overall, I think he's only still managed to equal his best season, which was with us, 21-22, I believe, 8 goals, 3 assists. So he hasn't really surpassed anything as yet, but I think he's more than capable of to go past that. Look, he's winning games now for Arsenal Football Club, which is great. I know a lot of people will say, should he have been in the field? I think I've seen some reports on it. He should have been red card, this, that, the other. Look, as I said, I didn't watch the match, but I see a lot of people moaning, a lot of people upset, a lot of people trying to justify what Chelsea did by selling him was the right thing. Look, you don't need to justify anything. You don't need to moan about anything. What you do need to be upset about is the bigger problem, as I said. Why do players come to Chelsea Football Club and not perform? Why hasn't Kai Havertz worked out at Chelsea Football Club? Why hasn't so many, Hakim Ziyech, not worked out at Chelsea Football Club? Why hasn't so many more? The list goes on. And the list goes on even this season as well. I think that is the bigger question. How can we turn our football club into a particular organization where players can come in and thrive? So that is the bigger thing. The other factor is, what did we do with the money? We sold Kai Havertz for good money. Yes, kudos to Chelsea Football Club to be able to sell Kai Havertz for good money. But what did we do with the money? So I think these are the two things that we need to worry about. Not worry about that Kai Havertz is doing well. Obviously, it hurts. Obviously, it's annoying. And of course, it hurts to see him do well for Arsenal Football Club, driving them with that win to go on top of the table. Obviously, it hurts. But as I said, the bigger issues are, one, why do players, when they come to Chelsea Football Club, don't do well? And two, what a waste of money. We got good money for Kai Havertz, and what did we do? And look, let's leave it at the fact that Kai Havertz, at least, he got the Champions League goal for us. Champions League winner. So far, for Arsenal Football Club, he really hasn't done anything as yet. But Look at him on social media. Kai Havertz, your Gunners, your big win focused on Tuesday night. Please, Porto, please, I beg you, Porto, do the damage on Arsenal Football Club. In the month of Ramadan that is coming up, ladies and gentlemen, please, Yallah, please make Kai Havertz and Arsenal be in the mud against Porto. That's all I'm going to say. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, look, let me just see if I can share the sound on this one. Let me put my headphones on. I need to share this particular video with you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, let me just share this. It's a video from Vive with Five, I believe, and Vive with Five, Rio Ferdinand's channel, where Kyle Walker was there recently. Have a listen to this, and then I'll show you what I tweeted out.
From going from the intensity that I went at Tottenham to Man City, even now, it's completely different. Training's definitely not as hard as what it was at Tottenham. Physically. It's more mentally, of where he wants you to be in certain places and how you're meant to read the game. From going from the intensity that I went at Tottenham to Man City, even now, it's completely different. Training's definitely not as hard as what it was at Tottenham. Physically. It's more mentally, of where he wants you to be in certain places and how you're meant to read the game.
Wow, big talk there from Kyle Walker, ladies and gentlemen, saying that going from Pochettino's training methods to Manchester City's under Pep Guardiola was a big change. It was all about just running, intense training, to more mental and more positional under Pep Guardiola. Big change. Now, off the back of that, this is what I tweeted. This is where football is heading now with modern day managers. It's not about running like a headless chicken. I never ever wanted Poch at Chelsea. I always wanted a manager who's a lot more tactical and methodical in their approach. But obviously you need a bit of balance, not just all tactical and methodical. You do need a little bit of running as well, no problems. A bit of balance is required. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, it's just clear to see. It's clear to see that someone actually put it really nicely the other day on a comment over here, saying that when a manager lacks tactics, when a manager lacks methods, they resort to running and athleticism because they don't have any plans. They just tell the players to go out there and just run like a headless chicken. Run, cover as much as ground as possible, and that's how you're going to beat the opposition. This is why I believe, players like Conor Gallagher is touted as one of the most important players in the football club right now, because our manager is incapable of getting the best out of Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo in midfield. He's making players like Enzo Fernandez run around, cover so much ground, and taking away his better talents and better traits. So, and that's just one example. We've seen Levi Colwill play as a left back because of height. We've seen Chilwell play up front as a winger. So there's been a lot of madness. Look, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the players have been culpable as well. No doubts about that. But our manager lacks tactical know-how. And in this modern era, you do need to have a manager that is capable of having some level of tactics, because you look at the likes of Xabi Alonso, you look at Roberto De Zerbi, you look at Ruben Amorim. Like these guys, it's so important where each players are situated in a football field, under what phase, where they're going to be. It's patterns of play. It's making sure in the training sessions you keep drilling the players about passing patterns, how to open up the opposition, so that it's clockworks, so that you don't have to think. When you're in the field, you know with your eyes closed where your partners are going to be, where your teammates are going to be. One-touch passes to be able to beat the opposition and then enter the final phase. If you're not like that as a manager in this modern era, you're going to find it very difficult to win games, You may go through every now and then, beating some teams, but overall you will falter. And the other reason is, ladies and gentlemen, I think it kind of gives us a bit of an insight as to why some of our players keep getting injured over and over again this season. The same players. Is the training a bit too crazy under Pochettino? His methods, which might have worked earlier on when he was at Spurs, running around. I remember that Spurs team pressed so high, so well, and they covered a lot of ground. Those days are over now. Football is ever evolving. It's not good enough. Opposition teams, quality teams, will look at a roadrunner type of a team and they'll know exactly what to do. They'll run circles around us, just simply moving the ball quickly. It's about being smart. This is why sometimes I get so upset when fans say, "Oh, just get stuck in there, mate. Like, let's run around, let's cover ground. We need robust midfielders." No. Yes, there are certain elements that you need robust nature, but you do need smartness. You can defeat an opposition with smartness. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Kyle Walker really exposing Pochettino's training regime, really exposing what Pochettino is all about. That Kyle Walker is a different player from what he was back in Spurs and what he has become at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. Talking more from a tactical point of view. Whereas when he was at Spurs, it was just pace and power. That's all it was. So yeah, another big reason why Pochettino has not done well at Chelsea. And it's such a sad thing that how our owners and our directors, how have you looked at our squad and felt that Poch was the right guy that suits this particular squad? How did you think that? Incredible. You've got a bunch of talented players that seem technically gifted. You should be playing far better football. But we've utilized them as roadrunners. And on top of that, as I said, the injuries. Poch has come back recently saying, Poch has said in recent press conference that it's not just based on unlucky or luck that we're getting injured. He wants to do a proper investigation. He wants to find out what has happened. I think training regimen is one of them. Training being crazy must be one of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Kyle Walker's talk in regards to Mauricio Pochettino. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, check this out: a picture of a fan with Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho has been living life recently, going to Egyptian League Cup final with Totti and R9 Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, and then presenting the cup over there. I think he's been seen in the boxing match as well recently, Anthony Joshua and the other guy. And a fan bumped onto him, and this is what he had to say. Jose Mourinho, in response to fan asking for a return: "Thank you, my friend, but Chelsea is not the Chelsea we once knew." How many people, ex-players, legendary players, manager now, legendary manager for us, one of the greatest of all time in football in terms of management. How many of these players, how many of these people need to come out and tell us that this is not the same Chelsea? So all the dreams about, me and a few other people like me, to a tad bit, wanting Jose Mourinho back at Chelsea Football Club, forget it. It's not going to happen. It's clearly stating, "Thank you, my friend, but Chelsea is not the Chelsea we once knew." It hurts deep, man. Like when Jose says it that way, it cuts deep. It is not the Chelsea that we once knew. And everyone that was part of this fantastic organization once upon a time tends to think that it's gone. All the good times are gone. Now we are stuck where we are. I believe we are, 5 points behind. Let me just have a quick look. I think we're 5 points behind Premier League table. I think we're 5 points behind Wolves. Wolves are 8th. Wow. What am I even thinking, man? We're 11th on 43 points, and Wolves are on... Sorry, what am I looking at? I'm looking at goal difference. 43 points. We're on 36 points, and Wolves are 41. So, yeah, 5 points. 5 points behind Wolves. 3 points behind Brighton. Yeah, it's not the same, Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Comment on in regards to Kai Havertz and that Pochettino and Kyle Walker situation, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you thought. And subscribe if you're here for the first time. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.